finally happened. Yep, I didn't think it was ever gonna happen either. Okay, you might not know what I'm talking about. In case you don't, I was on the Two Thirds podcast. Sorry, 2/3. Slip of the tongue. Can happen to the best of us. It's a podcast recently started by Jelly and Josh, these two idiots. Yeah, you probably know them. And you might also know that I used to record with them every single day for like a year or so. Or more. I don't know, I'm bad at time. And then all of a sudden, we stopped recording together. Now, this has been a topic for so long. Everybody's always been asking, but listen. It's not that I don't want to answer the question, it's that I needed time to really think everything through. And you're gonna see why in the podcast. I don't want to spoil anything, but we go into some deep topics. It's not all fun and games, this podcast. It's also serious. I talk about addiction, I talk about my problems, my struggles last year and before that. So I really hope you go in there with an open mind, and it's also fun. By the way, we also have fun. It's not only deep and dark, but I do reveal some things that I never thought I would talk about on the internet. So you can probably see me in the podcast be a little bit nervous. I'm like shaking because I'm honestly just scared of what people will think. But at the end of the day, when I was done with the podcast, I was really happy I did it, and I feel like maybe it'll bring us closer to each other, right? Because you don't really know a lot in my life, and that's kind of something that I don't think about. Like, it's not that I want to keep things a secret from you guys, it's just that it's my private life, and I just have never wanted to talk about anything, and that's why sometimes everything can seem so random with me, and why there are so many questions to a lot of things. We also talk about some other drama that I've been involved with, and I really hope, I'm still nervous, that's why I'm stuttering. I really hope I did a good job of explaining it and owning up to that. Sometimes, yes, I make mistakes, right? We're all human. I want you guys to know that going into this. I make it sound so much worse than it is. Don't worry, it's not that bad. But it was really nice to get off my chest, and it was so nice to see the guys again. It was a little bit terrifying because I hadn't talked to these dudes for a long time. Then we started talking together again, and then the first time I ever meet Josh, he has a podcast. And, well, I've met Jelly before, but I hadn't seen him in like years, so that was also nice. I see them for the first time in a long time, and I gotta do a podcast, dude. That was nerve-wracking, but it was really fun to do the podcast. And honestly, hey, I might be down to do another one day, okay? You just gotta go show the video some love. I'll link it down in the description below. Go subscribe to them. They are running a great channel over there. And also, spam it with some likes, guys. Come on, we want the Craner back at some point, right? But yeah, I guess this video is really just to like let you guys know that that video is out there. So if you have any questions that haven't been answered, they are probably answered within that podcast. So I think you should watch it all in its entirety. And it might be pretty long. I actually haven't watched it myself yet. But at least I think you should give it a shot, because if you get the whole context of everything, I think everything is going to end up making sense, and you might not have any questions left. So you might get them all answered. I hope so, at least. And I never thought, by the way, that I would ever go on a podcast. I would have never gone on a podcast if it wasn't Jelly and Josh. Never. Look, I'm a YouTuber, but I am such a private person and such an introvert that the only place I feel comfortable doing YouTube is in my office, okay? With like 10 layers of soundproof so nobody can hear me scream. Look, I'm not a public person, okay? So it was a big step for me, but I'm glad I did it. And yeah, this video is getting kind of rambly, but that's also because I'm nervous about this. But yeah, you know, you guys are gonna really like it. I really think so. It actually kind of surprised me how fast it got from we're kind of strangers, you know, because we hadn't talked in a while, to, okay, it's just the same old recording banter and stuff like that. So that was really great. I had a ton of fun. And thank you to Jelly and Josh for inviting me on, because it's great that I get a chance to talk. So I really want to say I appreciate that, guys. That was really big of you, that you let me use your platform to talk about all these things so that people can understand better. And yeah, thank you so much, Jelly and Josh. Go check out their channel, guys. And if you want to, after you watch the podcast, come back here and let me know what you thought in the comments down below. It's easier for me to check the comments on my own videos, at least. But go show that video a bunch of love. The podcast, links down in the description below. And I hope you guys watch it, and I hope you enjoy. You will laugh. You will cry. Maybe not. Probably not. There'll be a lot of ups and downs in that video, but at the end of the day, I think it was the right thing to do, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for watching the podcast, and thank you for everything that you do for me. Alright, go watch it now if you haven't. Let me know what you think down in the comments when you're done watching it. Go spam some likes on their stuff too, okay? And go subscribe to 2/3. Thank you, guys. I'm nervous.